What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to your favorite pond, the Coy Pond, episode 111. As you guys all know, you can find us here on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and never, ever forget to leave your question on SpeakPipe. Tons of answers to everything you've ever wanted to know. Leave us a voicemail there to be featured on the podcast in the next episode. And don't forget, it's never too late for a little Christmas present. And guess where the best ones to get are from? The Coy Pond merch store, and link in the description below. Check it out. There's plenty to choose from. You never know what you might find on there that you didn't think you needed. Maybe a bandana for the dog, or maybe a shirt. You need a shirt. That's why you need it. I don't know. And as always, I'm joined by my co-host K-Dog, back in the studio this week for an exhilarating Week 17.
Yes, it's Christmas week.
Yes.
Ho, ho, ho.
Of course, Merry Christmas. This episode comes out on Thursday morning. We've got games Thursday all day.
Yeah.
Pretty exciting shit.
Football.
Hope you guys have a Merry Christmas with your family, friends, whoever you celebrate with or do or don't do. But if it includes football, stick around as always. And, I mean, is there anything else to cover? Or should we just jump into it?
I think we just have to issue the disclaimer that we're recording this on Tuesday.
Yes. Injury news will come out late.
So any news that comes out tomorrow, and we're definitely going to get some. Just pay attention for,
crucial.
All the picks we make and so forth are going to factor that in.
And we did a damn fine job last week. We messed up a couple 4 o'clock games, but Seahawks,
overall,
49ers, I mean, I chose Phillip Rivers. I told you guys I thought 49ers would win.
Right.
And overall did pretty well. Called the Bears game, obviously injury prone there.
Yeah.
A couple other games. I know we called this, what was the Saturday
Patriots,
afternoon?
we called
the Patriots.
Eagles.
Yep.
We
did really well. We did really well. So, nevertheless, let's jump into it. First game on Christmas, Cowboys at Commanders.
Oh boy.
So this game at this point has no
bearing.
No bearing at all.
Draft pick maybe.
Spreads are updated to as of today, this afternoon, right before we did the podcast, as you guys probably would assume. So it's Tuesday. Things are going to move. Do as you please with this information. But
Dak will be starting.
We
did confirm that today.
Commanders are +7 over under 50.5. The way I look at this game right now, at least, is in a doesn't matter game. We don't know which team from either one of these we're going to get. We don't know if Mariota is out or not right now. There's still a chance he might play, I think.
Yeah, but it looks like he's trending toward not playing.
And why would you?
Yep.
Why would you make a hurt player more hurt at this point?
That means you're getting Josh Johnson.
Who we all saw last week, I believe, in that game, which was not amazing against the Eagles. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't amazing. And, what I will say in this situation is it's the home finale for the Commanders. Do they have a new stadium next year?
I think they do.
So my only thought going into this, with no bias towards either one of these teams in that regard, is you might get a loud last home crowd from the Commanders. It might mean more to them just a little bit.
Yeah.
Cowboys do travel. It's a divisional game. Dan Quinn, who knows what he might really care about or not care about.
Yep.
I would assume the same is true for Schottenheimer. The only difference is it is their final game in that stadium, potentially. If we might have that wrong, but it's at least the final game of the season, for sure.
Yep.
My personal inkling is take the Commanders +7.
Yep.
That sounds a little crazy, but even with the push, I kind of love Commanders only by 7. Not saying the Cowboys are bad, but how much effort are you really going to get after going back-to-back weeks, Eagles, Chiefs, Chargers, and now you're playing the Commanders for a draft pick, basically.
For nothing. I really think, and Javonte Williams looks like he may not play.
Okay,
so we're starting to see, we're starting to see a big shift here, and I just think this is a pride game for the Commanders.
Yeah,
I think the Cowboys just don't have it. I think no matter what, Josh Johnson probably going to throw for 275 and 3 touchdowns. Watch it happen. The Dallas secondary is ass. Quinnen Williams is not going to play. They're not going to risk him
no.
in a season now that's gone. Get the draft pick. The Cowboys have 2 first-rounders next year. And I think the Redskin Commanders win this thing by 10 points.
Yeah, Commanders with that triple threat running back option that'll probably still get their carries. I mean, any of those 3 guys can run it down your throat. I'm going to go Commanders, at least with the spread.
Yep.
I'm going to take those points, and hey, that is what it is.
There you go.
4 o'clock game. Lions at Vikings. Vikings favored by 7.5. Vikings underdogs. Oh my God. Vikings +7.5. Over under 43.5. Lions. Say what you want about those penalties at the end of the game. I didn't watch the whole thing. I'm not going to pretend I did, but obviously you scored 2 touchdowns for 0 points, basically.
Right.
In the end, lose to the Steelers at home. Now you go to the Vikings, who
I've been pretty good, actually.
Been pretty good. J.J. McCarthy got out last week against the Giants, and Brosmer, I think his name is Brosmer, came in and didn't do much, but the Giants still lost.
Yeah.
No doubt the Vikings defense is still legit.
Yeah.
This is a must-win for the Lions.
It is. If they want to have any chance in hell.
Right. If they want to just glance at the playoffs, they have to win this game. On that alone, I like the Lions to win.
Yep.
I don't love the Lions to cover 7.5.
I'm with you.
I'm not saying this could potentially be a boring game.
Yeah.
And it's the Lions offense. They've shown up in games when I don't expect it, so I would not be surprised if the Lions hang 35 on the Vikings in a game that, Vikings fans don't care about.
Yeah.
But it's still a divisional matchup at home for Minnesota, so I kind of feel like the Lions probably win this by a field goal.
Yeah.
And they keep it alive just for the sake of it.
I think it's going to be interesting. I think the Lions will win.
Okay.
It'll be, like you said, 7.5 is a lot of points.
It is.
And I think that the Vikings get like 6 field goals. Yep. I think it's like 23-18.
That'd be on par for the Vikings. So, Aaron Jones didn't look particularly immaculate this past week either, so it's like poor Justin Jefferson may not see the ball much, but the Lions are beat to shit on their defense.
They are.
And that's why I'm not sure if this is going to accidentally turn into a high-scoring game, but I could see the Vikings keeping it close on that matter.
Yeah, me too.
Just a thought.
Yep, I'm with you.
Christmas night game, Broncos at Chiefs, what should have been an immaculate game, not so much anymore. Chiefs plus 13.5, over under 36.5. Broncos need to win this to keep that number 1 seed, keep that rolling. Chiefs looked decimated last week like we kind of predicted. They were playing for nothing for the first time in 3, 4, 5 years. And, Kansas City might not have Gardner Minshew for that game. Yeah, I know that he avoided an ACL tear.
I believe he's out for the season.
But is he out for the rest?
Yeah.
Okay, regardless.
I think so.
So it's that Johnson guy, I want to say his name
I think so.
He didn't look amazing.
Nope.
Kareem Hunt couldn't do much. Pacheco had a couple nice balls, but, what are you going to do? I'm going to go ahead and say the Broncos win this. Again, 13.5 at Arrowhead feels rough. Kansas City Chiefs just announced they're moving their stadium to Kansas in 2031. Obviously, that's not like this is their last game. Right. I don't know how the fans respond if they just don't show up.
Yeah.
I could see the Broncos winning this by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
But to be quite honest, this spread feels like don't touch it.
Yeah. I think
maybe lean to 13.5 for the Chiefs.
Yeah. I think you can safely take the Broncos and give the points.
Okay.
I think the Broncos are pissed after the Jaguars game.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Payton is going to want to put that game behind them as fast as possible. They are going to run the fucking score up.
I would
and I would say Bo Nix probably has 4 passing touchdowns in this game.
Okay. I'm leaning towards the Broncos minus 13.5, but I'm just going to stay away from it because it is a divisional game. And I don't know who's going to be fired up on the Chiefs and who's just, frankly, done for the season at this point.
They may be, and that's what they really kind of did last week is they started kind of pulling people back. And
they fell on their sword pretty hard.
Yeah, that was Tennessee.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll see.
Yeah. Saturday, banger of a game at 4:30 to start the day. Texans at Chargers. Chargers favored by 2.5, over under 39.5. This is going to be a defensive, I want to say juggernaut versus juggernaut. Obviously, the Chargers lose Denzel Perryman. That is a huge, huge loss for the Chargers going into this game. I don't love that. No one cares about my opinion. I think it's ridiculous that he got suspended for the rest of the season, essentially the 2 games, the regular season. Nevertheless, Texans' offense has not looked great. It's been a few weeks in a row now, given it's the Chargers. Wait for C.J. Stroud to light them up somehow. Even with Perryman missing, they've used tons of pieces this season. They've made it work. They stopped the Cowboys' offense pretty effectively, even in the first half, to be quite honest. Going into this game at the Chargers, knowing how C.J. Stroud has played on the road historically, I love the Chargers minus 2.5.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a lock, but I don't want to say that. I like the Chargers minus 2.5 personally. Over under 39.5. I have no idea if we're going to get like a Kansas City Chargers game from a couple weeks ago where it was like 17-13.
Yeah.
Or something along those lines, 13-16. I can't quite remember. But, the Texans, they've been playing good teams. They haven't been playing great teams the last 5 weeks. They haven't been putting up great numbers. The Raiders game, they had a defensive touchdown.
Yeah.
And that may not have won them the game. But if you don't have those 6-7 points because of it, all of a sudden, somehow the Raiders are beating the Texans.
Yeah.
More than likely, they got caught sleeping on the Raiders, if I had to guess, because of how bad the Raiders have been.
Yeah.
But you didn't kill the Raiders.
No. And somehow Ashton Genty, got free in that game.
Yeah.
Here's why I think the Chargers take the Chargers, give the points. Chargers win this thing like 23-16, I think. And I think that Marion Hampton,
Yeah.
And Vidal
might be out.
Might be out.
But they've got plenty of people back there.
But I think if Genty could do that to the Texans, I think the Chargers could probably do even more.
Yeah, and I don't remember if Woody Marks I
think he's out again.
Is he out again?
Yeah.
I can't quite remember. I'm sorry. I should have put that on the sheet. But
That's right.
It's one of those things where I'm just like, the Jaguars game the Chargers played, because when I think of the matchup between the Jaguars and Chargers and Texans and Chargers, I think of the playoff games that went horribly wrong. I feel like somehow this year the Chargers have been coached better throughout the season than I've ever seen them coached before. And they've evolved even with such a terrible offensive line that I have faith that the rest of that defense for the Chargers, including Tart, who's been a menace all season, will somehow get to Stroud, because both these teams are very similar in the fact that bad offensive lines, great quarterbacks, great defenses, and they're just trying to figure out what the formula is to make that work this season.
Yeah.
So
yep.
I think overall it'll be a defensive bout. I'm very excited for that game. I can't believe that's the 4:30 game, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
But who would have guessed that going into the season that it'd be that in that sense?
Yep. No, I think Justin Herbert's going to have another good game. He looked like he was really kind of coming into form.
I'm hoping that propels him, only because of how bad that Texans game was last year when I think he threw like 5 interceptions. Yeah. That was horrifying.
Yep.
Love the Chargers. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid again. Saturday night, 8 o'clock, Ravens at Packers. Packers favored by 2.5, over under 40.5. Don't have any idea what happened last week with Derrick Henry. They just effectively stopped using him when he looked the best.
Fumbled again.
And they just decided that was the end of the game.
I think that's what happened. He fumbled again, and they just kind of
pulled him for the entire half.
Apparently, the other part of this whole thing, too, is Lamar Jackson hasn't been practicing.
Oh.
And so they're talking about the challenges of keeping the offense in sync. Now Lamar's hurt, and I don't know if Lamar's even playing. Actually, we don't know yet.
I guess you're right, because was it concussion?
It's some kind of contusion. They called it a significant contusion.
Oh, wow.
So,
that's right, because Snoop Huntley came in for a large part of that game against the Patriots.
So we could have Huntley playing against who's the Packers.
Yeah, I mean, the depth chart didn't go past Malik Willis.
Yeah.
So I don't know who they're going to plan on playing. I would assume at this point they would have signed anybody, but it's only Tuesday.
Yeah. And Jordan Love, I mean, we saw him get hit. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was a serious shot that he got in the noggin there.
And even Malik Willis had some shoulder problems.
Yeah. So this could be a very strange game.
I'm guessing it will be, and it's Packers at home. I've been ringing the bell this year. The Packers at home are a much better team than the Packers on the road.
Yep.
I fully believe in that. I'm going to take the Packers minus 2.5 to figure it out. We've seen Snoop Huntley year in and year out. Even without Micah Parsons, the Packers team should be able to figure that out.
Yeah.
Given, they are as beat up as they are. But I just have to take the home team at this point. I mean, this game is huge for both of these teams, and they both might effectively not have their starting, they might not have their starting quarterbacks.
I'm gonna go with the Ravens 20-10.
Okay.
Ravens are used to playing on grass, are used to playing in the elements, and I'm gonna asterisk this prediction by saying Jordan Love and Malik Willis don't play.
Okay.
If they don't play, I'm saying 20-10 Ravens.
Okay.
If Jordan Love plays, I think this is probably a different game and the Packers win.
Right.
But I think as it sits now, Ravens 20-10.
All right. I mean, Ravens fans got to be heartbroken after Zay Flowers fumbles another crucial catch.
Oh, my gosh.
Some things with the Ravens just don't change, and I don't understand it. We said it, I think, in the preseason or over the summer. We had a Ravens fan comment that agreed, but it's like, I don't understand how this keeps happening to them so consecutively. Yeah. And obviously, most of them are calling for John Harbaugh's head, but, it's the same thing again and again and again. I don't know.
I'm with you. It's strange.
Sunday, 1 o'clock, do not matter games. Cardinals at Bengals. Bengals favored by 7 over under 53.5. I think Joe Burrow might be on just a kill 'em all run.
Yeah, could be.
The Cardinals' defense doesn't look any better than their offense. Their offense is making it work. The defense can't stop anybody. I'm going to assume somehow Joe Burrow just decides to put up 50 on them.
Yeah.
I'll take the Bengals minus 7.
Yeah, I think Bengals win this game. I don't know if I would give the 7. Maybe a closer game than that. I think the Cardinals are good enough to put up points on the Bengals. Yeah, I think they're better than Quinn Ewers and the Dolphins last week. Point. So, but I still think it'll be a high-scoring game. It might be 31-27 or 38-31 or
hell, might even just take the over.
Yeah, I would definitely do the over on that.
Hell yeah. Steelers at Browns. Browns plus 3.5 over under 33.5. So everyone saw DK Metcalf get that fan altercation. And altercation, sorry.
Yes. Yep.
Alteration. Different words.
Different size.
Yeah, exactly. And so he's out for the next 2 games, and then so is also, where was I going with that? DK Metcalf out 2 games. Calvin Austin potentially also out this week. Myles Garett looking to break that sack record.
Yeah.
That is horrifying to me if I'm a Steelers fan going into this game with how the Browns have performed at home this year.
Yeah.
Obviously they don't have Judkins on the Browns.
Right.
But Aaron Rodgers isn't exactly mobile, and if Myles Garett gets back there, I'm thinking he could put up a couple sacks on the Steelers and break the record this week.
What's interesting about this is, like you say, DK Metcalf is out. If Calvin Austin is out as well, you have Freiermuth. I'm not sure who the other receivers are for the Steelers.
Jonnu Smith, Denzel, is it Parker? No, not Parker Washington. They have that big-ass tight end,
too.
Darnell
Washington. Yeah, 6'7", 300 pounds.
Big fella.
Guy's a beast.
Yeah.
But what they may have to do is, you just said it, Myles Garett's coming after him. They may have to, and they've got 2 great backs. They've got Jaylen Warren, who's had an outstanding.
Yeah.
And they've also got 14.
Kenneth Gainwell.
Kenneth Gainwell. Those 2 guys last week had unbelievable games.
You're not wrong. They might be able to make this work.
So they might make it work.
Or does that make them one-dimensional?
Well, what I'm thinking is they're going to have to keep one of those guys in.
Yeah.
To add extra blocking for Rodgers.
I would say so.
So I think the Steelers will win the game.
Okay.
But I think it's going to be close. I would take the 3.5.
Yep.
The Browns. Steelers to win the game, but the Browns definitely with the points there win the bet.
Yep. I'm going to take Browns plus 3.5 because knock knock Rodgers. Oh, it's the Grim Reaper. And honest to God, I think there's a shot that this just keeps the AFC North even weirder with the Browns winning this game.
Yeah. I could see the Browns winning it too, but those 2 backs are the only reason, and how they've been playing are the only reason I give the edge to the Steelers.
Not to mention their kickers, just lights out Boswell.
What the hell is going on?
He's just resurrected all of a sudden. Yeah. I don't know what's up with him, but I'm going to take Cleveland plus 3.5.
Yeah, but he did miss that one last week.
He did. He did. Well, he was indoors, that's why. Shit.
There you go.
Saints at Titans. Titans plus 2.5, over under 39.5. Again, both these teams on the up and up from what was a terrible start to the season. Tyler Shook or whatever making his case to possibly offensive rookie of the year. Titans, Cam Ward looking good. Titans as a whole not looking too bad.
Olave's been playing well.
Yeah, Olave's been playing well.
Their defense has been playing great.
Yeah, the Saints, for whatever reason, just have not been running the ball.
No.
And because of that, I'm going to take the Titans at home.
Nice.
I'd probably just take them outright to win instead of the plus 2.5. Because, frankly, if all the Titans have to do is cover the pass because they refuse to run it, I think it was something like he threw 50 times last week, Tyler Shook. And Alvin Kamara, I don't know where he's been. So if he's not in, I'm going to take the Titans. But, again, this is a big nothing matters game.
Yeah. This is going to be... I'm thinking Saints.
Okay.
I'm thinking Saints.
There we go.
17-13, something like that. 16-13.
Hey, I mean, Chris Olave's back. He looked good. I think he had 2 touchdowns last week.
Yep, he did.
Who would have thought?
He's the superstar in the game.
He is. Next game, Jaguars at Colts. Colts plus 6.5, over under 47.5. Philip Rivers put up a hell of a performance on Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
He gave me a lot of money. I laddered his yards. That went very well for me. The Jaguars defense, very, very good. Even very on the road, Jaguars looking for that. I don't know if they can get the 1 seed. They might be able to.
Might be a long shot, but maybe it's possible.
Maybe it's possible. Regardless, Jaguars definitely don't want to drop one of the Colts, I'm assuming, to keep the seeding as high as possible. Jaguars also have the number 1 run defense, so Jonathan Taylor might not be as useful as, I don't know how useful he was last night, but as useful as he would have been. I'm going to take the Jaguars minus 6.5 here. I think they can beat the Colts by 7. Effectively, the Colts defense couldn't do anything against the 49ers. I don't think Trevor Lawrence is the same as that 49ers offense, but the team has looked damn good this year.
They have. I'm with you. I'm thinking this will be like 10 points, Jaguars winning 30-20.
Yeah.
I think they roll here. They have very little trouble with them. I think Phil, again, does his best and probably has 250 and 2 touchdowns or maybe more.
Yeah.
And looks good again. But the Jaguars are just a whole nother level now.
They're on a different level.
Yep.
Next game, Buccaneers at Dolphins. Dolphins plus 5.5, over under 46.5. Buccaneers have to win to keep that division title hopeful alive. And the Dolphins are just dolphining around. Yeah. I don't know what to expect. I mean, Quinn Ewers, I believe, is starting again for the Dolphins. I don't know if it was... I don't know that for sure. I'm assuming that's the case. There's no reason to pull him at this point.
Yeah.
Let him play.
They've already said the coach is coming back next year, so there's no worries there.
No.
No reason to bring Tua back.
No. Buccaneers are going to win this game.
Yeah.
I'll take the -5.5 with how they played against the Bengals. Effectively one of the worst defenses in the league. And, I'll take my chance that the Buccaneers still want to play in January. Or, you get what I mean, make the playoffs.
Yeah, I think these 3 games right here, if it's me and FanDuel or whatever you use, I'm going to do a parlay here, and I'm going to take all 3 of these teams to win by more than the line.
Oh, yeah.
So, like we just said, the Jaguars by 10. I think the Buccaneers win by probably 20 and have a great tune-up game for
They're not going far. Tampa Bay to Miami.
Yeah.
Pretty easy. Next game, Patriots at Jets. Jets plus 13.5, over-under 42.5. Patriots fighting for that number 1 seed. They just came off a huge win against the Ravens, which they came back in technically.
Huge comeback win.
Brady Cook starting again for the Jets. Looked pretty terrible last week.
Horrible. The Saints made him look horrible.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with the Patriots, squash them. I will take the -13.5 here for the Patriots. They still are playing for that 1 seed and could possibly get it if something went wrong week 18 with the Broncos and Chargers.
Yeah, I was a bit concerned about the Patriots with the game last week. I think they were down 24-13 at one point.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, they wheel it off.
Yeah, they ended up making it work. Great job by them. And
was.
The Jets shouldn't be a problem.
I think Patriots win 34-17.
Hell yeah. Seahawks at Panthers. Panthers plus 7.5, over under 42.5. Man, oh man. Seahawks looking dangerous. Just got done beating the Rams. The Panthers, fighting for it, but it's ultimately going to come down to that Week 18 game now for them to make sure they win the division. Interesting line. All right, Panthers have played very well at home this season. Seahawks fighting for the number 1 seed as well. I can't remember who it's between, but them beating the Rams gave them quite the edge in that realm. Panthers at home. I kind of love them plus 7.5. I feel like this could be another one of those Colts games where they showed up against the Rams because it did matter, and that was a huge game, and they knew who they were going up against. Now it's the Panthers, who have been fun and frisky, but maybe not the Rams level of dominance. They're not playing the 49ers in the division, the Rams in the division. They're traveling to Carolina. I don't think this will necessarily be a Panthers win, but I like them to cover the plus 7.5.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think that's a smart call. I mean, West Coast to East Coast, like you always say. And the Panthers, they've got enough, like you say, fun and friskiness to them to do something. And the Seahawks are winning games. Some of the games are not dominating, but they get the win. That's great. And I think they keep doing that here. But I think they only win by 4. So.
And it's been a while since we've heard Donald go off for an insane amount of yards, and it feels oddly due.
I agree with you. I thought it was going to be last week.
I did too.
And he just did not get on track.
No.
And I don't know. They're kind of Chuba Hubbard and what they're doing there. I don't know if Dowdle is just banged up, and so they're sharing the load.
Maybe.
Or what the deal is there.
I don't quite understand it either. 4 o'clock, Giants at Raiders. Raiders favored by 1.5, over under 41.5. Giants, 13 net passing yards last week against the Vikings. Raiders, Geno Smith is back, looking good.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Did Jackson Dart end up going out in that game?
I don't know if he did or not.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
His stats were horrible.
I think that's what I was thinking. He did, but they ran it almost every play.
I don't really understand what they were doing there.
I don't know what the Giants are doing. They're going to the Raiders. I'm going to take the Raiders minus 1.5.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think this is like Genty looks like somehow he got on track.
Yeah.
I think he has another good game, maybe 100 total yards and a touchdown.
Giants' terrible run defense.
Yeah, and the Giants look like they've just given up on everything.
As they should.
Yeah, so I think the Raiders win this. It's probably close, but I think you can take the Raiders and give the points.
Yeah, I'd even take 24-20 potentially. I mean,
the
Raiders' defense is nothing special, but I think they'll be able to do enough with Ashton Genty that this isn't that close of a game.
Especially at home, I agree.
Yeah.
The Giants will probably stay out late partying the night before or something.
They'll go on another yacht.
Vegas.
Yeah, another cruise maybe, get another boat picture. 4 o'clock, Eagles at Bills. Bills favored by 1.5, over under 43.5. Yikes. Eagles obviously clinched the division. Lane Johnson, I believe, will be back this upcoming week, which is huge news for the Eagles. Bills, Josh Allen's had a little foot problem. He's been a little gimpy mo.
Little gimpy?
Little gimpy. They said, I don't think he missed practice, but they said, he'll be playing this week against the Eagles. It's at Buffalo. But if Lane Johnson's back,
yeah,
I'm not saying the Eagles got right off the Raiders, but a lot of teams went into their next game looking really good after beating the brakes off the Raiders. And I don't know if they really beat the brakes off the Raiders. But, wait, they played the Raiders 2 weeks ago, didn't they?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Commanders last week. I don't know. The Eagles at Bills, I would lean Bills -1.5 thinking about how this Eagles season has been. But there's part of me that thinks with Lane Johnson back, somehow the Eagles, maybe not, you got to win or not win, I guess. There's only two options. I don't know. I'm trying to think this out in my head. Eagles, what are you thinking?
Yeah, Eagles struggled last week against the Commanders.
Yeah, that got off to a real slow start.
That concerns me.
Yeah.
And the Eagles benefited, obviously, by Mariota going out of the game.
Yeah.
And Josh Johnson. I don't understand why their defense is struggling as much as it is.
It has to be, yeah.
You know what?
I don't know either.
And I just think, the Bills right now are probably playing better as long as Josh Allen's foot is good enough for him to do what he does.
Jalen Carter will be back this week too, I believe.
I think we're going to have a James Cook big game.
It would have to be.
I think James Cook gets 100, probably 200 total yards and maybe a couple touchdowns in this would be my hunch.
And in needed situations from Jalen Hurts, he misses targets that are 20 yards or deeper.
Yeah.
It's been rough misses on drives they need points. They're going to have to rely on the running game, maybe not all the time, but short passes in the running game.
Yep.
And if my memory serves me, the Bills have one of the better run defenses. They have one of the worst pass defenses, but one of the better run defenses.
Which actually matches up well
for the Eagles.
Yeah.
So you know what? I'm going to take the home team, Bills -1.5. The Josh Allen injury, I don't love.
No.
The Eagles are in a position they need to start winning games by a dominant amount if they want to even think about the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but they have clinched the division, so that motivation is off of there.
Yeah, there's no worry about the stars stinking it anymore.
And you can't. I mean, you could technically get one, like you said, but you're so far back, it's probably not going to happen.
No.
So I don't really know they're going to be all into this game.
I don't think so.
The Bills have to be.
The team's even a little injured. They're going to be going hey, we can go into Week 18 with our final seeding and be done with it. I might be missing a doomsday scenario where a certain amount of teams win in a certain way, and all of a sudden the Eagles drop to the 4th spot and seed, but regardless, they already won their division.
Yeah,
there's a bit of motivation there that just has to not be there anymore.
I agree. And we got a little issue with Jake Elliott in the kicking game.
Yeah.
He's missed a lot the last few weeks.
Jake Elliott's been a little bit of a problem.
So wouldn't be surprised if he missed a couple. We're playing outdoors in Buffalo. Mm-hmm. Maybe a couple missed field goals there cost them the game.
And now the other side of this that scares me is the Eagles effectively taking this spot where they just have to make it to the postseason, then they start dominating teams.
Yeah, maybe.
But that won't start until the postseason.
Yeah.
They've made it. I'm going to take the Bills. Their seeding could still switch a little bit between 7-6-5 because, the Patriots won that division, I think.
Yes.
I think they won that division. And now the Bills are effectively playing for seeding, and I would imagine you probably want to be 5 or 6 instead of 7, even though it could be the Steelers at 7.
Yeah.
Or Steelers playing the 7th seed if they get the 4th. But I digress. I'll take Bills -1.5 and probably eat my words next week. Sunday night game, Bears at 49ers. 49ers favored by 3, over under 52.5. Both these teams are on a hell of a streak right now.
They really are.
49ers got healthy. Brock Purdy came back. He put up a crazy stats on the Colts this past week.
Incredible, didn't he?
Maybe not a phenomenal defense, but he made them look even worse, regardless. Meanwhile, the Bears doing what they have to win. That Packers-Bears game, attribute some of that to Jordan Love going out, of course.
Right.
Packers banged up, but they won that game. They had to win that game. That was a huge game for the Bears at home. Now they travel to Levi's Stadium to take on the 49ers. With how much the 49ers have been killing teams and the Bears being on the road, I'm just going to take Brock Purdy and the 49ers.
Yeah.
They're using everybody.
Yeah. You said Brock Purdy. That's the person I'm thinking of here. Yeah. At the end of the day, I love Ben Johnson. I love what he's doing in Chicago. They're on the right track. I just think that Brock Purdy's playing in the game.
Yeah.
And Brock Purdy versus Caleb Williams,
I agree.
There's a difference in the game to me.
I agree. Caleb Williams had that crazy touchdown at the end of that game to get the win, and I'm not trying to discredit that. Bears fans, please don't come for my throat.
Not in the least.
That was incredible, but we don't. It's just the edge has to be the 49ers at home in this one.
Yeah, I could see myself going either way on this pick, and so I'm going with the home team.
I'm going to the same. -3. It pushes if it's a field goal. I don't care.
Yep.
This could be an amazing game to watch.
I mean,
highly underrated before the season started.
Yeah, I mean this Sunday night game, this afternoon 4 o'clock game, the Eagles. I mean, there's a lot of good football there.
There is. And to cap off the week, Rams at Falcons. Falcons plus 7.5, over under 49.5. So there's a thing going on with this game. Depending on how the rest of the week goes, there's a potential the Rams get locked up at the third seed before this game even happens. If that were to happen, Sean McVay in the past has sat starters.
Really?
My inclination on this game is if all of their starters are playing, both teams, and they go to Atlanta, they're going to kick the shit out of Atlanta. That being said, if Atlanta keeps playing the way they're playing and the Rams start sitting people because Devontae's already had issues, Puka's already had issues, you don't want Stafford getting hurt.
No.
I mean, that's been Sean McVay's cash cow since he's joined the league with Jared Goff.
Yep.
And there's plenty of those defensive players that you want healthy after how you lost to the Eagles last year.
Yeah.
I love the Falcons plus 7.5 early in case that happens.
Yep.
Now, as the weekend goes on and teams start winning and losing, you'll have a much better idea waking up Sunday morning into Monday about who's going to be playing, who's not.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is going to be one of those games. I'm telling you, people, if you're going to take something early, take I would say the plus 7.5 for the Falcons.
Yep.
You could also wait to see how Christmas plays out, and then kind of bet accordingly, because there is a world, and it's doomsday, but it's you gotta sometimes fun to take the long shots, where this game ends up not mattering for the Rams. And if that's the situation, if you get the Falcons plus 7.5 at home. The Falcons have been so up and down, there's a chance they win this game.
There is.
In that scenario.
Yeah.
Now, if the Rams are full tilt and they have a chance to get the 2 seed, also a good shot the Rams murder the Falcons.
Yeah.
But Bijan Robinson has been quite the wide receiver.
He has, right?
So, them traveling to Atlanta, Mercedes Superdome, I think.
Mercedes,
and playing Kirk Cousins and the Bijan Robinson and Kyle Pitts, who is doing what he's doing, and that defense. I'm going to lean on the plus 7.5, knowing that this game could be meaningless to the Rams as well.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think the other thing here, too, going for Atlanta is Drake London was back last week.
Yep.
He didn't really have – he got back in the flow, didn't have a huge numbers game.
Right, but he has to get started.
The important thing is he got through the game and was uninjured. Yes. So he's going to be back in gear this week, and the Rams' pass defense is not that great.
Yeah, I mean, Seahawks, look what they did.
Yeah, I would not be surprised to see Drake London have about 150 and a touchdown. So
could happen.
Yeah.
And, again, I'm going to reiterate this in case someone just skipped the Rams-Seahawks part. We're doing this on Tuesday the 23rd. There's a lot of shit that would happen between now and then to make this answer different.
Right.
As of now, assuming Rams end up in the position whether they like it or not, I'm going to take the Falcons plus 7.5.
Yep.
But that's only because there's a doomsday scenario where this game doesn't matter for the Rams.
Yep. And your point, I mean, all the way to Monday, it's Tuesday. It's almost a week away.
We have no idea. We have games on Thursday. We have games on Saturday. That answer will change as each of those games play out.
Right.
Given I can't remember off the top of my head which of those games matter. But, check the 1, 2, and 4 seed.
Sure.
But I digress. Have we missed anything?
I think we have nailed it, man.
All right. And we're not shooting the next week's episode back to back. So, hope everyone has a great Merry Christmas with your family, loved ones. Sending all of
Happy holidays.
Welcome all the holiday wishes from the Coy Pond, from ours to yours. And we'll see you all next week on the Coy Pond. Peace.